All right, traders, what I'd like to do in this video is I'd like to talk to you a little bit about trading in a simulator. One of the best things about the TickBlaze platform is that we are a big advocate of supporting traders learning how to trade, and by using a simulator to be able to practice before you ever move to live markets. Now, most traders that are just getting started get excited about jumping in and trading with real capital, but we've all known, if you've been around the block for a while, that you always need to practice in sim before risking your hard-earned money into the live markets. Now, the thing about TickBlaze is that we've built the ability for you to use simulators and create multiple accounts so that you can practice different strategies, different tool sets, you can approach different markets in different accounts, and therefore you have the flexibility to test your skill and use money management and risk analysis properly before going live. So let me kind of use this video as a demonstration. I want to show you how to set up the simulator accounts. I want to show you what they do, where they are, how to set the settings, how to set the commissions, and then basically position you for success using the simulators in the platform. Okay, so now what I've got here in front of you is a desktop that I've built. It's a standard desktop. I've got a chart, I've got some indicators, I've got some watch lists. But what you want to do is when you start a desktop, it always starts with one default sim account. And if you're just looking to trade this simulator, you can do that. And the way that you customize it is you right-click the account and then you go to Edit Simulation. You're going to see that the name says Sim Default. You can change the balance. So one of the things that we encourage traders to do is try to mimic the most realistic environment possible, right? So if you aren't somebody trading with a $100,000 account, don't set this to 100,000, right? If you're somebody that's, let's say, starting with a $25,000 account, and if that's what you would do if you went to real capital, then we encourage traders to try to create the most realistic transition possible so that when you're trading in an environment that actually is something that you can psychologically adapt to with real capital. Now, when you do this, it's important to understand that depending on the asset class that you're trading, whether that's stocks, futures, Forex, or crypto, you'll be able to set the commissions. So essentially, when you come down here, we've built a commission script. These can actually be developed by more experienced programmers. And if you're watching this and you want to build your own commission scripts, you can do that. But for the most of the traders out there, you're going to just use the default. Now, the reason this is important is because this is a master template that allows you to set the commissions for stocks, futures, Forex, and cryptocurrency. And by default, we've just put some numbers in here, but depending on your broker, like if you're trading with Interactive Brokers or Charles Schwab or E-Trade, or maybe you're trading with a different type of broker, you're going to want to set the stock commissions based off of your broker. Some of the brokers don't even have fees, so you would actually charge zero and you don't even have to worry about commissions. If you're looking at futures, some brokers charge different rates, right? And so you could basically put the commissions in here for futures as well. And then if you're looking at Forex, the same goes true for Forex. Every broker has different commissions, different spreads, different infrastructure. So you'll definitely want to check with the broker that you're using. And the same thing with the cryptocurrency exchanges. You're going to want to check your providers so that you can ultimately do that. Once you set all these settings, then you can actually go up here and save, right, the template, and then basically that way you always have a default. You can just drop down and you can use the default, and then that way when you set the commissions, all you have to do is hit OK, and then every time you place a trade, it's going to show up using the commissions on your performance tab. Now, if you're like me, or if you're like other traders that like to test the waters with different strategies, or maybe you have, one account is for trend trading and the other account is for momentum trading, and then there's one account for reversal trading, you can do that. And we encourage traders to set up different accounts so that way you can test your strategies independently. So the way you do this is you click on the plus button, you come in here, and let's say this is going to be sim trend trading. Right? And you use this account for your trend trading. Maybe you want to allocate $10,000 to this account. Remember, this is not real capital, this is simulation. And then you can come in here and you can go down, and what's nice is that we've already set a template. You could load the template and then you can hit OK, and then your commissions is set for that account. Let's go in here and actually set another one. Let's maybe do this for reversals, right? We can do this. Come down here. Maybe you want to trade a bigger account with reversals. Not that you should do that, or not that I have an opinion on that, but for this example, I'm just showing you different valuations. And then you can come in and you can set the templates. If your commissions are the same, just pick the same template and then come in here and you can set that up. Now I've set 3 sim accounts, different values, different cash values, right? If at any given time you want to change the look of your dashboards, you can do so up here under the settings window. You can go into the trade settings. You can change what you want to see here. But let's go into the actual workspaces. And where you're going to see this is on the trade pad or up here. Now we have 2 locations where you can actually see the account that you're trading. If you select the drop down and I select trend trading, you're going to see that trend trading is also up here. And there's a reason for that. If I have the trade pad turned off, you always want to be aware of the account that you're trading. So this is very important that you understand how to see the account, the position of the account, etc. Right? Now let's just open up the trade pad for a second, right? If I go in here and let's say I want to buy, let's just say buy 1 Bitcoin. I got this on a Bitcoin example, but for not that you would buy 1 Bitcoin at $85,000, but for this example, I'm just going to do this for demonstrations. Let's say I want to buy the market and I want to do it. I'm assuming this is my trend trading strategy. Let's go here to trend trading, hit buy market. Okay. So we're going to wait for this to get filled. We're going to see
order pending.
There.
Order filled.
I'm now filled.
Position open.
And there's the little voice in the background saying position open. So now I'm long 1 Bitcoin, okay? But you can see the account is under sim trend trading. You can see up here, I have the ability to look at it as a percent, a dollar, or a notional value. And whatever happens with this position, I'm gonna see it up here based off that account. If I go down here and I switch to sim default, I'm not going to see anything up here. You're not going to see the flags. You're not going to see any of that information. If I switch it back, you're going to see that information on the chart. Now you're also going to see that reflected under the account section. You're going to see that I'm in a position, right? And I'm basically opened up and I'm looking at this from this perspective. You can do that and you can set this and you know, these are basically the commissions. You know, you can see that the commissions are already being affected. Realized P&L would say I've lost $1, right? Well, maybe that's because I've set my commissions to that already. As soon as you enter the position, it's going to charge you that commission. That's where it says realized P&L. You know, these types of things are going to be important. So, you know, the other thing too is that, you know, when you go in and you enter on different accounts, let's say I want to switch to a different account now, right? I can go to sim default. Let's say I want to put in 5, right? And I go and sell, I go buy the market, okay? Give it a second here.
Order pending.
So it says order pending. Now I'm long 5. Now if I go up here to the accounts, you're going to see that that is now showing me I've realized $6 in commissions, right? And ultimately you're going to see that on the other side. Now the reason why it's doubling down is because it's already going to show me the close position on both sides of that trade. Now, why is this important? Well, because ultimately, if you're looking at positions, you're going to basically come in and you're going to see the different accounts. So if you go into the account tab, you're going to see the different sim accounts in here. If you're on the workspaces, you'll be able to basically toggle between how you want to see it. If I switch between sim trading and this, you'll see there's the different values, right? So it's really just about you making sure that you can use the appropriate accounts based off of what you want to trade. And this is a great way to practice. This is a great way to get familiar with order execution, get familiar with money management, get familiar with risk planning, and really just don't risk real money until you're actually prepared to trade live. Okay, so when you go to the performance tab, what's important too is that you'll be able to choose the different accounts based off of the accounts that you set up. So let's say if you want to look at just the trend one, you hit the refresh, it's only going to show you the performance for that market, right? If I want to look at reversals and I don't want to look at these two, I can hit refresh and I can see the performance of the different sim accounts, right? If I go to default, I could hit this, same thing. I don't think I'm going to trade on the default one. Maybe I am, maybe that's the one, yeah. So, but this is a very basic setup, very basic video. It's really designed to make it very user-friendly. Now, let's say I want to reset my account. God forbid you get in a drawdown, or maybe you just want to reset the balance, or you want to do something just because you're starting off fresh, whatever the case may be. You just right click and you can hit reset account. I can reset the account. Whenever you reset an account, it's going to refresh the desktop. It automatically has got to cache that data and reset all of the trade history. And basically you're still going to be in the other trade because we didn't reset that one. But let's say I want to go and I want to reset that one as well, right? I can come in here, I can reset them both. And ultimately what this does is it basically gives you the flexibility to start over. Maybe you're practicing different, strategies and whatnot. And you can see that I've reset the balances back to the way I've set it. Okay. Now, if at any given time you want to delete an account, you can just go remove simulation account, hit OK. Okay. It's going to basically take a sec. It's going to refresh. Every time you create accounts or delete accounts, it has to refresh and cache the data because it's basically populating all the trade history or removing that trade history from the database. Okay. So I think that's pretty much it. I would encourage you to practice setting up some accounts. I think it's really important that if you're trading different markets like stocks, futures, Forex, or crypto, maybe have an account for both. And make sure that you create this as realistic as possible so that way you can have a seamless transition into live trading capital once you've really developed your skill set and you've earned the right to move to live trading. Traders, hopefully enjoyed this quick video on how to set up sim accounts. Look forward to seeing how you trade. Take care, and I'll see you on the charts.